day after Memorial. Hope you had a good weekend. This is the last class of May, so again, thank you for joining. I hope you've enjoyed and gotten the most out of it as you can while we're together apart. So today's class will begin in child's pose. So as always, do what you can. Have blocks handy if you have them. Don't always need them. And again, enjoy. So here we go, beginning in child's pose. Toes to touch in the back, knees spill apart. Find your way down, whatever is comfortable, your happiest child. It might be arms in, maybe palms flat. Listening to your body. Maybe shuffling a little bit to work out some of the cranky spots that hopefully will release as we go. So taking a moment to renew, recharge, greet the body in all its sayings. So breathing in lots of love, breathing out lots of love. Again, greeting where you are today. Taking some note of where some of your tension resides, maybe those aches and pains from yard work. Imagine the breath and the sun kissing. So some nice, deep, rich, cleansing breaths, especially into those tight spots. So setting the tone there. So lifting head and heart now. Let's reach the hands over off the mat. Letting the hips fall back, find a comfortable continuing to breathe deeply, richly. Again, really feeling as we go here. Feeling what comes up. So we're coming back to center and then over to the other side. Stretching through the side body. Continuing to layer in those deep breaths. And then bring yourself back to center. Again, take a little spill back of the hips, heart melting down, forehead reaching maybe a little closer to ground. Now coming up a bit, let your hips reach up a little higher, maybe kind of shuffle your knees a little bit. Let's take this front arm, reach it up, eyes and heart following, and you're going to thread it through, bringing some movement and flow. One breath, one movement, getting into that just nice, quiet, refreshing rhythm here. Couple more. Last one. Exhale and back. So let's reset. Push the hips back again, stretch. And again, come back up, not quite a table. Hands are still forward, hips back. Drawing belly up and in. We want to have some support for our back and core. Now take your back hand, reach it up, start that flow again. Inhale, exhale. Up to sky and then under the bridge here. Couple more. Hopefully getting a little looser and easier as you go. So last one there, come back. Again, take a little dip back, breathe. Now, bringing hands and knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, cats and cows now, getting more into that trunk, back and spine. Inhale, cow. Heart reaches forward, blossoming. Exhale, take it in. Back presses up, stretch across the back. Inhale, open. Nice cow. Exhale. Moving with the breath. Again, movement medicine. Couple more. Again, finding what feels good, really listening, feeling. Let's take one more. Back. So back to neutral. So we're wagging the tail here. Think of lengthening, expanding, growing the spine forward. That's your inhale. Exhale. Looking to one side as your hips roll the other way. Come back to center. That's your inhale. Lengthen, exhale. So it's that swaying gently. Getting a little more into the hips. Again, moving, listening, and feeling as we go. Again, this movement medicine. How does it feel? How is it enriching, fueling our body, our energy? We may have more energy for the day. So come back to center. Let's take a little break off the hands. So come down onto your elbows, palms can press together, let the hips fall back. Again, this nice dropping down, effortless, the ground rising to meet us here. Take a nice, just cleansing, renewing, cycles of breath. So stay there as long as you want. I forgot to get my music going here, so I'm going to get that going here. So we'll be coming back up to kind of a table, hands a little more forward. We're going to get a little, again, a little funky here. Oops. Be there in a minute. So let's see. So we're moving our hips. Think of circling your hips. So we're moving our shoulders, more of a full body circle. Like hip rotations that we do, but we're circling forward over our wrists and then back towards the back edge of the mat. Again, moving in a way, again, that refreshes. Moving with the breath. And again, hopefully moving with a little more ease and flow as we go. Everything, starting to work together in more balance and harmony.
With moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's.
So a couple more.
Your head wants to do one thing.
So we're coming back to neutral. Bring your knees a little closer together. Let's circle the wrists out.
Acts specifically in the GI tract to prevent an excess of white blood cells from entering and causing tendon.
There we go. Okay, so we're pushing back. Again, hands stretching forward. Nice full child's pose there. So we're coming up, knees come a little bit closer. Let's take the front foot forward, our first kneeling lunge. Moving gently, shuffle that foot up. And again, in this spirit of movement medicine, we're going to kind of work our way in, a little pumping. Inhale, come forward, maybe open your heart a little more. Exhale, roll it back. Maybe these toes float up a little bit. Come more onto your back shin as you come back. Feel that nice openness across your back. Last one. So let's step front foot back. And you're just switching that out. So now your back foot up. Again, gently moving with, again, lots of awareness. Stay tuned in. Maybe you adjust that back knee. Come right into this, again, this movement medicine. Inhale, exhale. Kind of honing and toning that harmony muscle, balance muscle, mind, body. Not necessarily, cranking out and, powering in this, strict way, but today more about, how does the body feel as we move? How can we move in a better way that meets where we are? So you're shuffling that foot back. Again, hands come down. Push your blocks out of the way. Curl the toes under. We're going to press up to our down dog if you can, or puppy, or you're in your table. That's your modification. Down dog, if you're there with me, you're pedaling, walking the dog. Again, this movement medicine, toning in, refining in. How does it feel when you engage? Not necessarily tighten and restrict, but kind of turn on your energy sources. Melting the heart back, pushing the hips high. Clawing into the fingertips to take pressure off your wrists. Now, let's settle in. You're going to kick your front foot, so your left leg up. Three-legged dog, getting a little momentum here. Again, a little movement medicine, kind of kicking. Some heel to butt kicks. Stretching the quad. And even the hip, and then you're going to kick that foot forward, up through, or or between your hands, you're going to take your back knee down, but keep those toes curled. So a variation on our lunge. Well, similar to the previous flow here, we're going to add a little core. So find your ground now. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, release. Let your head, and not that we're collapsing, but just taking pressure off the neck. Now this one, as you inhale, option to come up. Blossoming the heart, the arms, engaging core. Exhale, reset. Inhale, open the heart. Keep squeezing into that midline. Now as you exhale, you're going to roll the hips back. Our runner's lunge stretch, or half split. Opening or greeting the back of the leg, opening the back. That's your inhale. Now exhale, back. Now step front foot back. And again, your hands down, we're pushing back up to down dog. Again, if you can, pedal it out. Again, move in a way that feels good. Not that we're trying to burn energy, but find our energy, invite energy. Invite that ease. Where can we support more and work less? So now your back leg kicks up. And your up, might look different. Maybe it's, an inch off the floor. Maybe it's up to sky. And again, find some movement there. Kick heel to butt. And then again, you're scooping through. Bring that foot up, even if you need to push it along. Try to get knee over ankle. Now back toes stay curled as you lower that knee slowly, if you can. Option to, take that back foot down. Find your ground, bring it all together. Maybe it's fingertips, maybe blocks on this one, or fists. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, soften. Now this one, a little more energy we're bringing. Can you rise up? Inhale, blossom. Exhale again, ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, or half split. So you're rolling back, toes up. Greet the back of the front leg. And again, support your back if you're feeling strain in your back. What happens when you draw in through your abdominals? That rib cage corset that helps support our back. Inhale, exhale again, lower. Open. Let's step that back foot up. So knee up, you're stepping to the top carefully. Move the blocks up, so we're hanging low, feet to ground. Rooting through all four corners. Let's take that slow roll up. Palms nice and stretched out. And skimming your legs, belly tucked in, chin curled in. Slow rise. Let's take our hands up in front of our heart, meeting palms together at heart center. Settling in, facing one another now. And again, finding our ground under our feet, whatever is you're comfortable with, what feels good in the body. Even here, really listen to every little nuance of language, dialogue. No need to fight, what the body is asking. So release, let the hands fall, couple shoulder rolls. Again, that movement medicine. Couple more. And exhale. Now, kind of swiping those hands up, reach for sky, stretch, lengthening, expanding. Now taking it down. So elbows bend, push your hips back, that slow fall down. Hands reach floor, really sink in. Bend the knees, stretch the back apart. Now inhale, half fold. Hands to shins or thighs. That's your inhalation, exhale, let it go. Again, movement medicine. Now draw in through your center. We're rising up slow. Take it all the way up. Hands to sky. Stretch. Exhale again. Send it down. Head to floor. Inhale, half. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise. Zipping up. Again, moving in a way that we're really listening, feeling, less about perfecting. Find your own flow. Listen to the flow. Finding your ease in the movement and that partnership. Exhale, inhale, and again, I can almost promise it gets easier through each round, right? Hopefully you're really noticing that. This repetition of movement and cycles, it's easier as we go. More comfortable in the program. But nothing wrong with kind of changing it up as you go. Maybe there's, a little room for just different flair. Last one. And exhale. Inhale up. Let's bring this one to heart. Center. Reset, relax shoulders, and take it in, hopefully that magic. Now, let's open it up. Again, this expansion. Inhale, exhale, palms down. Fists to hips, our superhero. Press the elbows back. Open the heart, arching the back. Now while you're back there with your arms and elbows, interlace your fingers. Drop the knuckles down. Find a little more energy. Opening the heart. Exhale, now release. Sweep your arms. You'll take your left hand on top. Eagle arm, so it's elbow to elbow, hands together, or towards, meeting in some way, wrist to wrist, maybe grab onto that thumb, rise up, that's your inhale, draw belly in, squeeze your glutes. Now, you're coming down, elbows connecting into your heart, your hips reaching back, so knees bent, we're floating down, almost serving down. Now release, elbows stretch apart, grab onto your shins, and think of expanding across your elbows, across your back, from hips to heels, an expansion. Maybe you lift your thighs up, and then think of hugging heart to thighs. Now soften, release that tension and that resistance. Let's swipe back up, coming back to heart center. Again, palms meet. Taking it in, letting it all kind of marinate. Now again, inhale, open, expand, stretch, blossom. Exhale again, down. You're back to superhero. Inhale. Try to drop your shoulders down. We tend to kind of scrunch up. Keep those shoulders down off the ears. Think of opening your front body, still expanding your spine, lengthening. And your chin stretches higher on this one. And again, release a little bit of that tension. Come back to more neutral, but drop your hands behind your back. Interlace or grab on. Stretch, open, and release. So your this arm under. We're back to eagle. So right arm under. Inhale up. Exhale again, come down, hips back. You want to squeeze your elbows into your chest. And again, expand the hips back. Take it slow again. In control, in partnership. Now again, release that stretch the elbows out. Again, nice counter. Release, and again, a little bit of resistance up through the hips. Feel that good stretch across the hamstrings, across your back, expanding apart, that opening. And again, maybe moving a little bit as something kind of tweaked up and not, getting the invitation. Give it a little more room, and then release that tension again, belly in, that slow kind of creeping up. Hands back to heart, shoulders relax, reset your center, feet under us, strong core, blood flowing, hopefully a good tingling energy from crown to feet. Vibrant medicine. So we're stepping to the front of the mat here. Feet a little bit closer. Let's open up again. Again, that expansion, open, stretch. Exhale, take your back arm that's furthest away from me, under. And again, we're eagle. Now, your front foot steps back. Warrior one set up. So, resistance here. Front foot to back. So a variation on our warrior, eagle. So grounding, strong, so we want strong energy through the feet. Think of stretching the ground under you, and you're rising your fingers, draw in through your core, find that connect, that energy. Exhale, now take the upper body and your arms forward, your elbows still hugging into your chest, but your fingertips expanding, your heart, your upper body. We're not quite landing on that front leg. Push into that back heel, strength. Now release your hands. Again, that open elbow, drop your front hand. So opposite hand lands down. Back heel lifts and we're in lunge. Now your back arm slides up the outer shin to your knee, to your hip, and then maybe to sky. Twist. Heart following, opening. Keep pushing into the back heel. Strength. Exhale. exhale, release. Hand comes back down. Drop the back heel, turn those toes out. Now, a little bend in that front knee still. Let's slide the hands up. And again, we're blossoming open. Warrior. Exhale, heart. Now turn your front hip open, warrior two. So again, this expanding, blossoming. Eyes to the, down the front arm, stretch. And release, so just drop your hands, release that tension in that front leg. You'll flip your feet. We're gonna flip sides. So let's come to the other edge, step together, shake that out a little bit, find your ground. Hands to heart. Capture the energy, the dynamic, the magic. Now again, open. That nice prep for our eagle. So that's your inhale. Exhale, back arm under your front elbow. So we're back to eagle. Eagle arms. Now, your front foot. So right foot steps back. So we're facing, forward here. Hips grounding through our feet, spreading through the toes. Now rise, inhale, the hands, the arms, our energy. Exhale now, so with our elbows hugging in but our palms stretching forward as that back foot presses strong into the ground for good traction. So again, think of expanding, surging forward, drawing into the midline. I want to squeeze that front knee up and then release, that slow release down, back heel up, lunge, find your length and strength, again, midline hug. Now, opposite hand down, we're swiping the back hand up, that front leg, rising to the twist, the strength, the energy, surge. Exhale, bring it back. And again, heel down. So it's this slow rise up. Palms spread, again, this blossoming open, warrior one style. Hands to heart, and then blossom open, warrior two. Back hip opens, back foot aligns, sharp edge there, and just expand. Nothing too complicated here, just checking in to our power. And release. And again, especially that tension in that front leg. You'll flip that front foot. Let's find just a good straddle. Maybe you step feet a little bit closer. Let's roll the shoulders back, blossom the arms open. Pinkies reach back. Exhale, forward. So we're hinging. Think of a door, very, kind of straight line edges here. Expansion, legs, hips, back, arms. Exhale, hands meet, ground in some way, even if you need to bend your knees to get there. But try to keep some, a little bit of tension, but it should feel good. It's that good. Moving now, shuffling back into that movement medicine. What can we, untweak and unwrap, unpack, so that we can move a little easier, easier flow. Move it to the neck, shake that out a little bit again. turn your heels in, belly in, we're rolling up slow, steady, easy. And you can walk your feet in or hop it in. Feet a little bit closer together. For our balance. So lots of eagles today, so this will be our full eagle. So wherever you want to go for that. Carpet's a little tricky, but so we're hopefully more comfortable with eagle arms by this point. Hopefully a little more ease in the shoulders. We have that down. We're gonna add the legs into it. So again, do what you can. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let's take the left arm under. So your elbow to elbow, palms meet. Now we're dropping the hips back. Drop it low. So legs should be, touching by this point. Squeeze into that center. Belly grips in. Heart, even though we're covered, think of expanding your heart. Drop your shoulder blades down into your back pocket. So your left knee lifts and crosses over. So leg to leg, shin to shin, thigh to thigh. I'm going to grip. Now, elbows again hugging into your chest, but fingers rise. So it's a little element of tension or resistance, more engagement is maybe a better way. And then maybe a little forward fold. Again, this blossoming. Do what you can. Igniting. So you're releasing and down. Shake that out. Maybe those butt kicks, heel kicks. Whew. Reset your feet. Relax shoulders, hands to heart. Quieting. Chatter. Lots of love in, lots of love out. No judgment. Alright, we're just simply trying, exploring possibility, flexibility, and just feeling. So we're inhaling. Exhale now, right arm under. So elbow to elbow, palms high. Maybe this is where we are today. Nothing wrong with just arms. Maybe it's, the seat, engage core. You kind of want to flare your tail back. Not that you want to stress your low back, but keep it active. And then it's right knee up and leg over, crisscrossing, gluing. This is that Velcro I talk about. This is where we don't want space. We're contracting, but still breathing and expanding. So even though, there's this contraction and resistance to space, we're still breathing into the space. And release. Blossom up and open. Sunflower. And down. Let's take a nice breath. Capturing. Exhale, heart. Maybe feet come a little wider if that's a little easier. Let's take that big breath up. Inhale. Exhale. Dive it down. A little bend in your arms. Push your hips back. Nice forward fold. Opening the back. And again, this movement medicine. Maybe we walk around our mat, drawing some arches, rainbows. inviting deeper layers of tension to dissolve, unneeded. Now elbows out. Let's grab onto our big toes. So your peace fingers latch through your big toe, cap it off, and peel the toes up, elbows out. Feel that spread across your back. Maybe all your toes up and open. Again, that good resistance, good tension, good breath. And release. Let's soften and walk yourself over to the side. You'll step your front foot back. Nice. Toggle back, kneeling lunge. Drop it in. Heart open and forward. Tension free, but engaged. That balance of effortless effort, easy strength. Inhale. Exhale now, half split again. You lift the heart. Stretch. Toes. Now, we're coming back down with that foot. Now our gate pose. This is a little tricky. You're going to take your back hand inside this front foot, so your hands are together. You're walking the hands forward, but keep that foot pointed to that back or that front edge of the mat. You're turning your back foot off, so you're spinning like a kickstand. We're trying to get our upper body to face out. Now, we want a little bit of tension or resistance in that front leg. Bring that hand back. So it's down, it might be on your leg. And then we want to press that arm into that leg. Again, that resistance, so your palm is open. So you're more fingertips down, palm open. Now this front hand, we're going to swipe up. And if you can, it's either to your hip. If you're feeling good, stretch that arm to sky. And think of pushing your shoulders back, really opening the heart. This arm and elbow pressing into this knee. So there's some, resistance. We don't want to let that knee fall in any way. Keep it nice and stacked. Join. And we're stretching through the side body. Lift your hips. Squeeze your bottom hip up and in. Breathe, smile. Now that top hand down to support. Front hand to this knee, and you're just floating up to kind of maneuver around here. So hands come down so you can get that front foot back behind you. Kind of toggle, you're going to spin the other way. So let's face this way. So your back foot now steps forward to your lunge. So we're in a good line now, toes to toes. Breathe, inhale, exhale, half split. So remember, you're more on your back shin. If something's kind of tweaked, remember you can pad up for that back knee if it's really sensitive. Roll the mat up or throw, another layer down, towel, pillow. So a good half split. Open back, open heart. Waking up hamstring. Then we're landing back down for this, kind of weird maneuver here. So your back foot kicks back, so like a kickstand, and then you're walking your hands around so you can kind of smooth out this back leg. It's just a little, pinchy. So this front leg stays. So we're trying to get this back hip and ribs set open. So find that good connect with your front arm in. It's that Velcro again. Now this front arm, again, we're swiping up. And if you need a little extra help, stay here. If you're feeling good and can reach up, see how that feels. Maybe over here. This might be enough. And again, spiral. Blossom the heart open. Squeeze your shoulders back. Squeeze this inner thigh into your arm. We're not just kind of dumping down. There's a lift. Now soften, release. So you might bring your hands down, walk yourself around, kick that foot back, and you'll just come down onto your seat. If you're not already there, I know that gate pose, isn't for everybody. I forgot to offer some seated modifications. But as always, do what you can. So we're here. Let's walk the feet in to your butterfly. So your sole to sole, inch the bum out of the way. Find what works for your knees even. It might be feet further out, maybe closer in might be good. So again, nice support without tension, ease without stress, movement with, compassion, love, appreciation, peace with, purpose, honest. So inhale up through center, exhale again, come forward. This is, into that resistance. So again, take it where it just feels good and feels like medicine, for you today, or vitamins. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is the right recipe. So let's slowly roll it up. Knees come back. Let's try a little boat in a progressive. We'll start hands low. Now kick this leg down. This left leg hug or cradle. Walk the bottom knee out. So we're into our lotus. Your version, this, I'm kind of priming you to get this top leg on your shin, your inner shin, or even knee, maybe down at your ankle. Find a little groove to sit on so you're not bone on bone anywhere. But again, you might be here, easy lotus. Do what you can. Now hands to heart. Inhale, open, stretch, blossom, expand. Exhale, take left arm under. We're back to eagle. Eagle arms. Eagle hands, rise, stretch. Forward. Again, into a little resistance. Squeeze your hips back, squeeze your belly in. Flex your toes. Breathe into the ebb and flow. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Again, those elbows out and then down behind you. Back by your hips. Fingertips, and let's open up. Again, blossoming the heart. Think of pushing your knees forward. arching and opening or lifting the back. And release. So hands come to your sides. We're back to, a little flutter kick of, and then boat. So your variation, maybe this one you can bring your hands up, maybe they're still down, maybe your toes are down. Little core heat and energy. Now, left foot down, and you're back to this cradle. So we're going to be switching sides here for our lotus or easy lotus, easy seated. Push the hips out, rise the spine, hands to heart, finding stillness. Inhale, open. Exhale, now left arm under. And again, eagle, rise. Exhale, forward. Breathe. Again, the ease, the flow. Inhale, up. Exhale again, push those elbows out. Hands come back again, open. Blossom the heart. Think of floating your hips. Exhale, release or soften. And again, your version of boat. Maybe this one, you have more to work with, more energy. Turn that dial up. And release. And down. So we'll make our way down now. Carefully. Breath by breath, inch by inch, maybe core heat still turned on. So this little shuffle, smooth out your back. Let's open the arms so feet can stay in. Arms are open to that big wide open T. Expansion. Back, hopefully releasing down. Again, let that ground rise up to meet you. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to your front knee. Hug it in, stretch. Nice release through the back. Flex your toes towards your shin or your knee. And just breathe, take it in. Stretch that foot to sky, peel away from the ground. A little resistance here. If you want a little more, you might climb up and then pull that leg towards you. You might split the back leg. What options here? Again, move, flow, find, again, what feels good. Release. So that foot comes down, both feet come in. Again, open, arms, stretch, expand. The exhale, we hug the back knee in. And again, little, this one, if you feel like moving through that hip, this might be asking for a little more on this side. Usually have that, that trickier, crankier side of the body or back or hip. Maybe that foot, shoots up. But again, this side might be tighter through here. Hamstring. Maybe it needs a little more compassion on this side. So we release Again, float down, both feet again come in, a little knee wiggle side to side, and eventually down. See how that feels today across your back. If that's feeling good to have your feet in, stay there. But a nice way to do it is to have your feet wider out so that your knees can fall in. That's a nice treat for the back. Otherwise, we're just full on spread, taking up space now. Sweet surrender, sweet release, sweet spirit, sunshine in, sunshine out. We're ready for the day, renewed. Rebooted, systems in check, optimum, energy, so invite a softness now and ease, effortless, unthinking, undoing, floating, drifting. Even if thoughts, start gathering, just let them float. It's an invitation to stillness, not expecting perfection or emptiness of thought, or just a peace with it. So stay as long as you wish. You control the pause button, the play button. Otherwise, we're making our way back together, or in our own time, wiggling toes, maybe walking a little bit in place, wiggle the fingers, maybe circle your wrists. It might feel good to stretch overhead, maybe just over your heart today. Walking the feet in, and a little hip shuffle up and then down, just to smooth out the back a little easier. Knees come in. Wiggle side to side, rolling, rocking. And swing it over to the front. Smiling. Opening eyes maybe. Again, back to the in your space. When you're ready, bring yourself up into your comfortable seated position here. Sitting tall, bright, cup refilled, or watering can. Of yoga. Waters our spirit, our body. So hands at our sides, inhale, sweep up. Palms kiss, exhale to heart. Beautiful sunshine hearts. I thank you all. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. I thank you for joining me in your home, to my home. And I shall hopefully see you soon. Namaste again. Thank you. Love you all.